We know Wax was actually a Batman player.
Right, we know Wax definitely played Batman. But, of course, playing Darkseid. So yeah, I don't know. I do believe he did play a decent amount of Batman even in this game. Of course, why wouldn't you? Batman is now great.
It's a very unpopular opinion to have, Chef.
That's not an unpopular opinion to have. I've got some unpopular opinions. You can all hear them on my Twitter, but that is not one of them. Everybody considers Batman to be very good.
Yeah, he's a very good character. Potentially one of the best. Ooh, gets caught with the overhead.
Ooh, and what's the setup? Nothing. I think maybe faked out the teleport by just doing a normal jump.
Okay, simple. This is very simple and smart gameplay coming out of Reno. The way that he's spacing everything out, he's not taking a lot of risks, nothing flashy, just playing very solid right now.
Right, very defensive.
Yeah.
But
which is weird because it's not really how Reno Rex plays, right? He was such an offensive powerhouse with Batman in Injustice 1.
Oh, that could have been a huge punish, but instead just kind of getting out of the corner. And look at Fierce really respecting.
Ooh, nice block.
That was, and that, that not quite the kill. The meter burn flip out did do some damage, but still, BasedFierce managing to close it out.
Looking good so far for Reno. These trades are in his favor. Jumping over the Hounds.
Oh, and that is going to be a big punish. Of course,
excuse me, hyenas. Oh. They're not hounds, they're hyenas.
I feel like hyenas could be hounds. I feel like that could technically not be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what the terminology is technically, but I think hound sounds cool, so I'm going to stick with it.
Oh, nice blocks. There was a little stutter there. I think BasedFierce was going for a grab bait.
That was one of the weirdest set of mix-ups I've ever seen in my entire life. Down one in a tantrum stance, roll forward, down one in a tantrum stance, all on block until the last thing finally hit.
Meter is on deck for Reno.
And again, down one tantrum stance.
There will be little of you to bury.
Learn to take a joke, pal.
I love her. She's so awesome.
And yet you play Firestorm. All right, so a little bit of life left for both players. Oh, and that's gonna be it. Wow.
Yes.
Now, of course, there were some normal issues. Wow, good backdash, just getting out of the range of that. A down forward two that Reno seems to be using quite a bit in footsies.
Oh, and there it is, the mix from Atrocitus in the corner, gonna get a good amount of damage. And that is gonna do a lot of damage.
Goes into the restand, gets the end damage over time for that little bit of extra damage. Oh, the zoning's starting to work. But Dexstar is out, and this is one of the biggest issues in the matchup, is that the shield is so good against the Omega Beams.
It is, and again, another well-placed armor back three.
Give up and die quickly.
Another really good option in this matchup for Atrocitus is to actually duck underneath the Omega Beams and then immediately punish with a Blood NATO.
Does that actually work?
It does. Oh. There are a lot of characters in this game that you can duck Omega Beams and punish them. Well, at least the high Omega Beams. Just because the recovery is actually really high on them. They just have a lot of block stuff. So as long as you can make them whiff, a lot of times you can punish them.
Ooh, one trade out of piece. Now they're both gone, and here comes, oh, what a down two.
Tap your tremendous power. My rage is my weapon.
Fierce is going to win that clash by a little bit.
Would you ride that Ferris wheel?
No,
I would.
No, absolutely not. I would get out of here as quickly as possible.
Good punish on Blood Puddle. Full screen, that's pretty much the max that Reno is going to get, is just a straight up Mega Beam. But even still, it's a very good check to let him know that you're ready to block and punish those Blood Puddles, so he can't just throw them out. This match is getting close now. It's the last couple hundred HP for both players.
Ooh, that could have been a big punish, but it wasn't. Oh, and meter burn back 3 working out. This shouldn't be quite enough to kill, but it will be able to bring out Dexstar.
Yep, and that's huge. That's exactly what he needs. Parademon is not going to be coming out. Puts it on cooldown. Oh, and he got caught. That is it. Right at the landing recovery frames of that shield.
With the low laser. So now immediately after that point, he was kind of looking for that again. You know, he was like, all right, he's going to throw up the shield. He's going to advance on me. I'm going to have to catch him again with that low laser. But while he was doing that, while he was moving back to try to space himself to that situation, we instead just saw Blood NATO. Of course, one of the best tools in the entire game at dealing with movement. Also one of the best named moves in the entire game.
Blood NATO, yeah.
Blood NATO. Very reminiscent of Mortal Kombat. I will deal with this Soul NATO.
Yeah, that's
my best Nightwolf.
That's from MK9, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
He just kicks Noob Saibot into it. Just straight up. He's just like, God. Just kind of punts him into the Soul NATO.
Interesting combo ender choice there. Wow.
Your punishment is deserved.
So all of these matches have stayed relatively close.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, big opening. No, doesn't take advantage of it. He either could have got a meterless combo from Dexstar. Actually, could have right there too. But he instead chose to spend meter and then still didn't get the combo. Regardless, a relatively large lead from Fierce.
Okay, waking up. There was nothing after that Blood NATO. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, a lot of strange drops. I mean, even if he was trying to keep it unclashable, it just doesn't really make that much sense. Just because he could at least get one forward 3 into another forward 3, keep it super unclashable. Would you go on this ride, whatever this is, the scary face ride?
Heck yes.
There will be
Could be the Tunnel of Love. You don't know that.
You'll bathe in your
I think I know it's not.
Would you go on the Tunnel of Love with me?
No, I would not.
Smart answer.
Yeah, no, you can go on that one yourself, buddy. Oh, getting right over the low laser. Telling him his fortune. Oh, and again, no usage really of the trait. That should be the kill. Nice without.
Nope, that will do it.
So the switch to it in grand finals, but we'll see how that works out. Fierce.
Wow, so we've actually seen a full departure from Reno. He no longer plays Batman, it seems.
Yeah, that is interesting. I wonder why that is. Ooh, wow, I'm surprised that wasn't Mortal Punish, but hits him with the 50-50. Goes for the unclashable damage. Why is it that we see so many Atrocituses do unclashable combos in the first life bar? Right? It's always Atrocitus.
It is always Atrocitus. They either have that or they have like the unblockable. Like there's so many weird things with this character.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of different players too. It's like these things just get into their head. Like the character, you know, you plug in the controller and then the character just like goes through the controller into your fingertips and tells you what to do. It's like, oh, they don't have clash, they literally can't clash. Let's do forward 3, back 3. But hey, you know what? It's a solid amount of damage, especially considering there was a transition there, and maybe maybe Fierce just wanted to get into this level for some reason.
Oh, this is actually gonna hurt. Yeah, he had the blood siphon on as well.
Yeah, actually, if he'd waited a little bit longer, I think he would have got some life back from that. But just wanted to close it out. Very smart. Good punish on the teleport, and then he did nothing because he knew that the trait was coming. That was so smart.
Dexstar covering his approach, tried to armor back 3, but no 2 hits, including the shield. He's gonna break the armor. Reno Rex is in trouble.
I live to burn.
All right, now Reno's starting his zoning game, but at this point he might need to go in. I don't know how well. He could, I guess there's enough life. It's a small enough life difference that he could make it back to zone.
Okay, there we go. And wow, he didn't even use that Parademon. It just sat there the whole time.
Just chilling, just watching.
He is gonna get another one though at the start of this round.
This is definitely the battle of friends. It's like the friends match, you know, like which of our friends will help us more?
I think Dexstar is just a little bit above the Parademons.
Definitely a best friend material.
Oh, that needed to be much bigger on that punish.
Yeah, that could have been more. Now Reno Rax bleeding, literally bleeding out. Oh,
Okay.
That was a good block, but I think an input error on the reversal. Oh, and he could have picked him up.
Back 3 armored from Reno Rax, forced to clash out of BasedFierce.
Darkseid will have victory.
All that Fierce needs is one more hit to move himself into winners finals, but Reno Rax potentially could do it in one hit also. All he needs to do is manage to find a safe way to build that meter.
Just like that, look at that. BasedFierce refused to even press a button until Dexstar was out, and that is gonna do it. No push block coming out of Reno Rax, 3-1. I don't understand. Help me understand, please, stream.
I think that was the closest that we're going to get to an answer. I like yours. We can stick with that. But, of course, Tweedy. All right, so Tweedy, he did, like you said earlier, try to invade Or actually, no, he didn't try to invade. This is the one he did invade. I'm sorry, I went the other way around. So originally, he was playing in the Chicago region, and he actually almost qualified for Chicago anyway.
Yeah.
So halfway through the season, he switched completely to Atlanta because he himself lives about halfway between Chicago and Atlanta. So, you know, the big question was, will he be able to qualify in time? And guess what? He did. With only 5 weeks.
Oh,
that's not going to work, though. He went for 3 in a row.
Wow, he was forward 3 happy.
Yeah, that was not the conversion that he needed, just because the forward 3 was the thing that knocked him into the interactive. But like I was saying, Tweety, let's see if he can continue this dominance of the Atlanta region. He actually did not win the final week. He was defeated, I believe, by Merc in Grand Finals. Now, Merc did manage to qualify, but unfortunately was not able to make it very, very last minute. We saw in quite a few different regions, some people that, you know, I mean, things happen. Things happen
really
at every single event.
That Merc wasn't able to come out.
Yeah, so instead, now we have, you know, all these other players, and the one who beat Tweedy most recently is not here. And that's great, of course, for Tweedy.
That's also why Tweedy's quote was Merc sucks.
Hello.
Can you imagine putting in that quote, expecting to fight Merc, and then Merc doesn't show up? Then it just seems mean, right? Like, then it just seems double mean.
Now he's being rude, yeah.
Yeah. It's like talking about somebody behind his back. But
I do that to you all the time.
Oh, I'm sure. You talk about me in front of my back.
That's true. What?
It is in front of my back.
That's true.
It is true. Yeah. All right, so mean talk. Tweedy is definitely no, well, I wouldn't say he's mean, but he is a lot of times
he's pretty rude.
honest.
He literally went into the Atlanta region and said, the only reason I'm here is because I think this region is free.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, no, he's definitely...
And that's him, by the way. That's what he said. That's word for word. I did not say that.
He is, I mean, he's really showing that he's got a comfortable grip on the region, but yeah, he is definitely known as that kind of guy.
Yeah.
And one of the few that's still around in the NRS community. We used to have so many more trash talkers, but
We used to have trash talkers, the events got hype, and now everyone is content on just hugging each other. So, I mean, it is what it is.
although I gotta say, I love
And I feel like it started with Slayer.
Hug.
I feel like Slayer Frank is literally the one that started this whole hug craze.
Oh no, you're gonna blame him?
Yes.
You might be right. But yeah, the Sonic Fox, like, regretful hugs that he does, that happens when he hugs the people he beats, those are the best pictures I've ever seen.
Those are okay.
Those are hilarious.
Because he'll body someone 3-0 and be like, it's all right, buddy, you tried.
And teabag them, and then he'll hug them, and then just the look on their face is just like, oh, it's great. You guys should all check those out. But right now, Tweedy just controlling this match. I don't know how Burritos could bring this back. He would need really something strong. Oh, maybe could have gotten a conversion off of that. You can convert off of anti-air sweeping lasers and straight laser. So no surprise.
2 straight. Think they hugged after this match?
I don't know. Tweety doesn't seem like much of a hugger to me.
No, he doesn't.
Probably wouldn't even shake his opponent's hand. No, I'm just kidding.
He definitely would do that. Oh, the SoCal special.
2-2 scoop. A whole lot less scary in this game just because scoop does require meter to get a little bit of a launch off of it. But still, it's the mix-up. Still, Burritos finally gaining the lead in one of these matches.
Yeah, he's finding his rhythm here. Oh, nice grab. Went for the bait with the 4-3. No armor on it. And Superman doesn't really go that airborne for his 4-3, so it does, in fact, get grabbed.
Ooh, wow. Barely picked him up at the very end of that. Could have got the kill, but instead held the 4-3 for some reason. I'm not sure what he was going for right there. Nice. Instant overhead, and this should be enough. No, a drop. Gets another chance, and he closes out this time.
People laugh at the bow.
Tweedy now playing the zoning game. Wow, still checking with that high dash punch.
Please, don't get up.
I mean, it still works.
It does, obviously.
Wow, he actually just got hit by a raw frozen arrow, but fortunately, Burritos fired off immediately a regular arrow, so he didn't get any conversion off of that.
Frozen arrow. Do you think that's how he makes them? He just puts them in the freezer, and then before he leaves, he just like brings them out?
No, that's
They're just really cold.
Ice arrow, frozen arrow, shut up, Evan.
Oh no, trying to get that follow-up. That was a very space-specific follow-up. Tweety went for it, but a little bit too far. I think his timing was good though. And now Tweety, he is on match point here to move into winners finals, a very quick winners finals, but Burrito's definitely a lot closer this time than he has been the previous 2 matches.
Wow, nice evasion from all these lasers. Of course, as soon as I say it, oh, don't block those straight lasers. Not like. No, he doesn't play this game traditionally like the other characters, or I should say most of the characters in the game want to play.
Right. You always end up playing the Darkseid game one way or another. Now, the big issue here is that, of course, Green Arrow can fire arrows underneath the high Omega beam. So the zoning game immediately goes to Green Arrow, like instantly.
Like instantly?
Like instantly.
Okay. Oh, oh no, little baby combo.
It was a knockback. It was almost an ender. And still, it was actually a pretty good amount of damage just because
it was still
Stomp itself
183,
is ridiculous damage. Our Burrito's going to use the... oh, he already had an arrow loaded.
That was super tricky. Going to use the electric arrow for plus frames on the restand. And wow, look at all of this mix. That is going to do it. First life bar coming in for Burrito.
Very nice. Oh, this is going to be a big combo. Whoa, no, that was a very, very interesting combo. Down 2 into arrow load. It seemed like an old combo.
Dare lay hands on Darkseid.
Can't beat Taekwondo.
I love his hat too. You see how it's like
has a little arrow on it?
Yeah. I would definitely buy that hat.
Yeah, you would actually.
Yeah, I'm a fan of hats. I wear a lot of hats. All right, this should be a big
I feel like
combo.
that's a recent trend with you.
It is, because I'm too lazy to cut my hair.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
Wow.
Look at that damage. Solid 456. Again, though, on Darkseid, so it's a little bit...
I feel like Burritos' Green Arrow has lots of shades of Injustice 1.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I've been thinking that exact same thing. A lot of his combos and the way that he plays so much like an Injustice 1 Green Arrow, which sometimes works out for him and sometimes kind of spells his doom.
Yeah.
I know,
That delicious.
That was the loudest apple
Yeah.
I've ever heard in my entire life.
That delicious.
That's delicious. Well, no, there's a... that's the name of an apple, isn't it? Like a...
Delicious
a
apples?
Red Delicious, I think, or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's the name of an actual apple. All right, we got
correct,
some confirmation on that
Yeah.
from production.
Delicious Reds. That delicious.
Hey, you weren't wrong. Just accept that you weren't wrong and move on, buddy.
It's hard for me, man. It's hard.
I know, there are a lot of things that are hard for you, but this...
Yeah, this is very Injustice 1-y.
It is. He goes for a lot of resets. He goes for a lot of kind of mix suppression that doesn't make quite as much sense because he lost his single hitting overhead.
Well, not only that, but he also just does more damage now. He doesn't need to go for those.
That is true. Nice instant overhead for no damage. Oh, not quite enough, but Chip should do it.
Savage Blast.
That was a great choice, great
How's that
choice.
for a Star City welcome?
I like the fact that he actually walked backwards before he did it, too, because that was able to avoid the down
Do
force.
you see him just stand in Darkseid's face firing off high 1% arrows? This man is a nut.
No, but you know, it's honestly, it kind of makes sense. It's something that you can do so much more against Darkseid than anybody else, just
That's
because of Darkseid's inability to deal with that sort of specific range.
Darkseid will control you.
My kingdom for a spray bottle.
What? A spray bottle? Why would you need a spray bottle against Darkseid? I don't think there's any reason that would help you right now.
Spray ball.
See, I know he says that against Catwoman, which makes sense.
Which
because
makes
she's a
sense.
cat.
Yeah. And cats don't like spray bottles.
Does he think Darkseid's a cat?
Is he stupid? Wait, is the genius Oliver Queen losing brain matter?
He's like, why can't I fight this big cat?
Neither man nor God can stop me.
Maybe when he got hit by one of those stomps, he got a concussion. Oh man, it's not even really that funny, but you know us guys. Come on, we're idiots. Good times here, Hometown Heroes.
And this one, it's a lot closer than last time.
Yeah, no, it is. Reno Rex has been doing a really good job of getting the damage in when he needs it, and also blocking a lot of the mix-ups from Burritos. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
So he burns the meter, immediately goes into another one, rolls out. Reno is still alive.
But at this point, he could potentially close him out just with the tiny arrows. Oh, doesn't even need to. What was that?
Okay.
4-3 cancel, 4-3 begin.
Man, that is one ugly cat.
He keeps shooting me with his cat lasers.
No, that would be Atrocitus. That's Dexstar.
Yeah, that's true. He very literally shoots you with cat lasers.
Actually, that's true. Burritos just lost his last match, didn't he? Oh, no, he lost to Superman, excuse me. It was the first match we saw Reno Rax versus... that's right, versus Atrocitus. Never mind.
Oh, and look at this corner pressure. It is just not stopping. That's a good way to get out of it, and a very smart combo
that was
choice.
great. That was great from Reno. That was not so great.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? Actually, that was a little bit smart because, or actually it was very smart, I should say, because it was a very strange, specific combo that allowed Burritos to get that corner back. The down two into the trait load, into the ice arrow, into the dash through their body. All weirdness.
Nice conversion here. Beautiful combo.
Oh, good block.
Yeah, that was a really good block. That was almost instant.
It was.
Why should Darkseid fear you?
Guess you skipped my origin story.
Maybe a little bit too instant. That's actually an issue a lot of the time is if you do a stomp too instant, there's never the mix-up of, oh,
That's
he's
not
in
true,
the air.
'cause he's generally crouch blocking. Yeah, you're right.
Right, so you might be just crouching anyway.
That was actually a really clean conversion. The meter, I don't know if that was necessary, but...
Ooh, nice double dash forward. Just barely able to get it, but no conversion still. That should be enough to close it out.
There it is, Burritos 3-0 over Yomi.
And so far, he's made it work. I mean, the Chicago region is, of course, very, very strong. We're going to see that a little bit later on, but Tweedy making it into winners finals. Can Fierce stop him and defend the region?
We'll see.
Tweedy going with such a normal Superman costume, but I really like Fierce's Harley right now.
Yeah.
Pink and black looks
Pink and
great
black.
with the jacket and everything. Yeah, looking good. Ooh, nice conversion. Not using the meter, just a little bit of extra
Oh,
damage.
beautiful jump, too, to meet Tweedy in the air. Nice read. Tweedy getting the wake up, though, spending the meter. Interesting.
Yeah, that was, there was really no... I don't know why he would spend that meter. Instead of using the laser and then meter burning that, maybe it was an X.
Tweedy's just trying to close out this life bar. He can't throw that wheelchair if he wants to. Guess he doesn't want to.
I think he wants to throw her into the wheelchair.
He might after this match. I mean,
Oh, that down two went the wrong way. How unfortunate. That could have potentially been a punish.
oh wow. Not,
Oh.
I thought he almost had the whip punish there. He didn't actually get it.
I think if he had used maybe a normal that was a little bit faster, the back one, which is the normal that he did use.
Or down
not
one
that
into
bad.
tantrum sense actually would have worked right
Yeah, it definitely would have. 1-1, down 1, any of those in the tantrum sense.
Yep.
You're gonna play nice.
That's not what I had planned.
That was actually a really good one.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good interaction.
That is one of the biggest things about Harley, is that the starter that you use to begin her combos doesn't make too much of a difference. She's always going to get a good amount of meterless damage.
Oh, nice. Cancels the 4-2 instead of 4-2-3. Surprising BasedFierce a little bit because, as everyone knows, the cancel from Trade and Superman always usually comes after 4-2-3.
Right.
It was an early cancel to kind of trip him up. He got the grab off of it. And this is a dance of zones, if you will, and that is going to do it.
We are going to see some more Atrocitus from him, and a good start. Should be able to convert one more off of that. Oh no, you know what, goes for the meter damage.
Okay, keeping it safe. No poke coming out of Tweety because Dexter's still out. Now again, that is one of the changes to Atrocitus, the fact that not only does Dexter stay out at a shorter time because the shield uses up more of Dexter's energy, but also the fact that his vomit, his rage vomit, is actually now a true high, and it only jails off of like very few strings or normals.
Yeah, specifically that 4-2-2-3, the first hit of that, it no longer jails off of. But we did see some very, very nice defense at the beginning of this game from Tweedy, taking that advantage and really building up this lead with it. Wow! A full screen meter burn back 3 that correctly read the dash punch. Very nice.
And that's a really popular move for Supermans to make against Atrocitus, because the lunging Superman punch, the hitbox of the punch actually kind of goes through the shield and will trade, meaning that he loses the shield and he gets knocked back, and it makes it kind of easier to avoid mix-ups after that because you create some space for yourself.
Right. Oh, that was actually punishable. 4-2-2, or maybe even a back 2 might have been able to punish. And Tweedy, I love the fact that Tweedy is not afraid to zone. Oh, that would have been huge damage. Good
My
clash.
rage will consume you.
Get off my planet.
Get off my planet. Wow, that is rude.
It is rude. Oh, he dash punched over the blood NATO.
And that is going to be a punish in the corner. Big damage. Meterless. Here's the reset. Or I should say the OTG, really.
I mean, both, really both, and that is going to be it. 2-0 so far for Tweedy. He meant begin. I guess.
Oh, and this is huge for Tweedy. Getting a hit immediately as Dexter comes out. And he has pretty much negated Dexter so far completely.
But that's why he kept going for those resets. It's very smart, and finally getting hit by the mix-up.
Ooh, the grab right after landing that down one. Superman has one of the most plus on hit down ones in the game.
Oh, okay. That didn't even absorb anything. It just does a lot of extra damage. Tries to bait the throw tech, and ooh, very nice down 1 check. That's going to lead into a lot of damage, potentially into Dexter, into the kill. No, choosing just to go for the dash punch to get out of that corner situation. Oh, the perfect read on the blood NATO. And it is so, oh, dash punches into it, and one more hit of chip could be enough, or just a down 2 over dash punch. Now zoning is always a good choice here against Atrocitus, just because air laser is so hard for him to punish.
How's that for rage?
Right. I mean, even with Dexter out, he can use a shield and double dash in, but the recovery is pretty decent on the air laser, especially, or ground laser, when he's in the air. Jeez, that was a tongue twister. But yes, the biggest problem is the fact that Atrocitus, technically without Dexter, he can't punish that at full screen. So he can do a blood puddle right after Superman does aerial ground laser, and he will land onto the blood puddle, like literally on the hitbox of the blood puddle as like a trip guard or landing recovery. Superman will still be able to block that blood NATO.
Because he's wearing shoes, man.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all about the shoes.
Submit to my anger.
Get off my planet.
Oh. Is that really all he has to say?
That should
Doesn't
be
matter
Ooh.
because down he goes.
It is, but Fierce won that one pretty convincingly. Looks like the switch overall to Atrocitus has been working pretty well for him. Oh, tried to down two, but it actually went the wrong direction. That's going to be a big lead for Tweety.
Yep, starting pretty well. Gets the statue dropped on top of his head. Now he gets comboed. No, but he's gonna roll out, and he's still gonna eat a combo. That life lead is now all but gone. In fact, it is now in favor of BasedFierce.
Oh, nice. Lands the second layer mix-up. They almost you almost never see it.
Give up and die.
You almost always see people mix it up after forward 2-2. It's either forward 2-2 Blood NATO or forward 2-2-3, but it was actually forward 2-2-3 Blood NATO this time. Mixing up for that very, very last hit that isn't a hit.
I love the like fog that's around his eye lasers. Like the mist or whatever that is, the heat.
Probably heat. I would say heat.
Time to die, Atrocitus.
Your rage makes you foolish.
Ooh.
And it trades, and since they're both on their final life bar, this is match point for Tweety to move in the grand finals
Your
potentially.
rage runs deep.
Get off my planet.
He really wants him off this planet. Severely.
Is it? It's not even his planet.
Well, I think the goal is for him to take over the planet. That's kind of been what he's been doing in this universe.
Right, but I don't know.
I mean, this planet now. Ooh, unnecessary meter burn back 3, but he has read those dash punches so hard so far. He's like, you know what, Tweety's kind of dash punch happy when I get Dexstar out, so.
Oh, and that was huge.
Standing 3 into breath raw. That was definitely not going to combo. What? Jump backwards into the backwards eye laser. That was a bunch of really. He wouldn't be the first
Rank
seed.
1, I agree.
All right, so we are going to see this set start off with Atrocitus. Fierce, I guess at this point,
He had
like,
dropped.
you know what?
So, sorry, real quick, I've noticed that Fierce has actually dropped that combo a lot. He'll get the mix-up with Dexstar still out, and then he'll burn the meter for Blood NATO, and then whatever the follow-up is supposed to be, he always drops it. I think he's trying to do maybe a forward shield into a normal or something, but it's not working out.
Right, I do oftentimes see him just do like nothing. It's very weird. Oh, this should be a pickup. Nice, good conversion. Whoa,
Yeah,
weird
that was
conversion.
actually great.
But now, Green Arrow at absolutely minimum chip life.
Oh, that was very fortunate
Give up
for
and
Fierce.
die.
Yeah, the fact that it managed to get him out of the corner and then take that first life bar, both very good. Oh no, Dexstar, melt me.
Nice conversion there.
Ooh, the first time we see the full string, 4-2-2-3. Oh, look at this. Look at this back crouch walking. But I think the entire reason that Fierce is doing that is just that he can spend more time and build up Dexstar.
Now, where's that sleeping
Finally,
gas
Burrito's taking that first life bar. Doesn't have too huge of a life deficit.
Wow, did he just Savage Blast over a Blood NATO and not get punished?
I guess so. All right, this should be a big combo. No, actually, a relatively small combo.
We haven't really seen any big combos from Burritos, if I'm being honest.
That is true. Throughout all of his matches today, he seems to like to keep it short, like to keep it pressure-oriented, and try to maybe go for more mix-ups than damage.
I'll rip off your limbs.
Promise?
What? Well, he got really
Oliver
excited
is a
for
bit
that.
of a masochist, okay?
He's a little bit of a weirdo. He thinks Darkseid is a giant cat. Wants Atrocitus to rip off his limbs. Whatever, man. Whatever he's into.
We don't judge here, don't tell yours. Well, I mean, I judge you, but that's about it.
Right. But I'm used to it. Oh, gets clipped by Dexstar. Dexstar, the best offensive and defensive tool. And this should be enough with the 4-3 to kill with unclapped.
Begin.
Our first game going to Fierce. And again, I feel like if Burritos maybe just went for a little bit more optimal damage rather than mix-ups, he could close things out because he got that one to such a low amount of life. I love Fierce's. Oh, that was nice catching with the last hit, using 1-1-2 like a projectile.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, gets the pickup. I'm so surprised that Fierce doesn't like using the Dexstar shield in combos to begin. He could be saving a lot of meter. Oh, multiple hits is going to break through the meter burn back there, forward through whichever one that was.
Oh, it barely goes right over Green Arrow.
Fully charged forward three for the splat. Wow, wow. That was some very interesting pressure, but it worked out. Now it's looking very, very even. But a lot of Blood Native zone.
There's no hope for you.
Oh, and there we go. Good trade. At least Fierce took a little bit before that life bar ended. Oh, this chip pick up
down. Now, and this is pretty much where Burritos has been stuck for most of this game, is in this corner. He's been able to fight his way out a little bit, aside from right here, but he's been put right back in the corner.
My rage will consume you.
Quiver's not empty yet.
Yeah, you hear that, Evan?
I hear it.
His quiver is not empty yet.
It's literally never empty, so
That's true.
he could literally always win. And I love this mobility by Fierce, that where we see him like crouch walk backwards, we're like back wall crouch, back wall crouch, back wall crouch. Ooh, now he's taking the advantage. Hit that vomit pretty meaty. Oh, absorbing the ice arrow.
That sounded gross. Hit that vomit pretty meaty.
Meaty vomits are definitely
Nice block. Not a nice block. It's opened up by the mix-up. It is tough to block. Oh, wow. I've never seen that interaction before.
me neither. Meter burn Blood NATO doing nothing because he already fell out.
Begin.
So if Fierce manages to win this, he will move back up to face the rematch of Tweety in Grand Finals. But Burritos, actually both of these players, right? Yeah, both of these players lost to Tweety already.
That is
so
correct.
Both of them are looking for that rematch.
The only player that didn't get a chance to lose to Tweety was actually Reno Rex.
Fierce again with quite the lead, and I have to say, starting off with Atrocitus clearly seems to have worked out.
Yeah, and those are actually a really great blocking sequence from BasedFierce there against all the mix-ups coming out of Burritos, including the slide into meter burn overhead.
Ooh, gets over the Blood NATO, but protected by Dexstar. As usual, the best friend.
Of hatred.
I feel like all the Atrocitus players need to have like one Dexstar Appreciation Day. Actually, every day should be Dexstar Appreciation Day. Every day should be Dexstar Appreciation Day. Dexstar does so much for them.
He does. But I wonder what they do for Dexstar.
I don't know. That's why I'm saying they need to have a Dexstar Appreciation Day. Oh, throws the truck.
But what would happen at this Dexstar Appreciation?
I don't know. Maybe they get in some cat treats and like a new like cat scratching post. Like let him murder some people. I don't know. I mean, I guess they let him murder people all the time. All right, but Fierce gonna lose that first life bar. Still only needs such a little amount of life if he wants to close out the set. Ooh, great way to get through that. Very smart by Burritos. And now he's got the corner advantage, so if he wants to get something started, it could be there, but no, he put himself in the corner. That's the exact opposite of what he needed. Still managed to get an opening.
Yeah, and my biggest issue with Burritos is he's doing these little combos that you used to see in Injustice 1. We talked about it earlier, and the problem is that Green Arrow actually does good damage now. He really does. And I feel like Burritos is not optimizing on that. Finally, this is actually the first time we've seen him do a real combo.
But it's going to be so hard for him to get out of this situation. It looks like, oh wow, I would have just maybe, I don't know if that push block was optimal, maybe just take the hit and then clash.
Oh, no clash available, and Burritos is actually going to take it.
Life left. I can't believe that. That really looked like that was over, especially with Atrocitus being out. I mean, if he had just put on the blood aura even, it might have been able to drain as soon as he got within range. There was a lot that could have happened right there, but Burritos showing that he's able to clutch it out and he's not out of this yet. And admittedly, he did seem a little bit out of this set. Up until that point where he clutched it out, it looked like Fierce was maybe going to run away with it, but hey, maybe not now. I mean, look at, again, Burritos has Fierce in the corner. He's got the pressure going on. Although I say that as he's getting full comboed into what is undoubtedly a Dexstar setup.
Good block, but again, Dexstar's out, so he still has to deal with all the pressure. Back three, jump three, there we go, using Dexstar a little bit in his combo. Getting as much damage as he possibly can. 442 gets caught in the corner.
I don't know why he jumped in the corner. Both of these players have jumped in the corner at very, very scary times while able to break the armor on the interactable, and that should be the life bar. Whoa. That was a lot of damage.
I'm not Dinah.
Be glad. Wait, what?
Because she would have probably.
Oh, yeah.
That's more, I guess, is the idea. All right, so one life bar piece. Still match point for Fierce, but Burritos looks so much better. He's definitely kind of woken up, made the adaptation.
Nice conversion here.
My rage consumes you.
You really need to get laid.
What? What? That was amazing.
He's concerned for his well-being. Oh wow, just a max range slide.
At least he's honest, right?
Yeah. So they call him Honest Arrow. They don't call him.
I was like, they don't
catches
call
him
that
out
at all.
of the flip. And we do have an instant. Oh yeah, I was gonna say probably an instant overhead ice arrow. Oh, this could be a big punish. Oh no, could have got so much more from that. And still though, Burritos winning. Begin. My hat baby boat. All right, so we are seeing, we're not gonna see Harley at all this set, one way or another. It's coming down to this final game. Wow, meter burn back three through the spin. That's pretty incredible. You almost never see that. It hits so many times so fast, but actually just absorbed the first hit and it was able to hit in time. When Burritos is in a good position, but again, putting himself in the corner. Both of these players, I feel, have put themselves in the corner in situations they didn't need to. Could have been a conversion off the entire shield, but still, at least some free pressure for Fierce. Ooh, caught him out of the arrow.
Is he going to be able to kill? Not quite. He's going to get close, though. Backing up, BasedFierce is in control now. He does look a little more alive this set. And what good evasion this should do it. Back three? No. It's just, okay.
Yeah, one way or another. I mean, that's the kind of the normal B&B now, is what they do is they load the electric arrows, right? They do jump 2, 2, 2, 3, and then they can get a back 3. So it's a little bit more damage. You just went for it. I think he could have instead maybe got a side switch and got out of the corner, but he did what he felt comfortable with, managed to close it one. Wow, point blank blood NATO. That is a
taste your blood.
My kingdom for a spray
That
bottle.
was actually an interesting break as well, simply because of the fact that he was just going to get shot with the electric arrow for a restand, so it wasn't going to be some crazy combo. I think maybe he just wanted to stop the bleeding early.
Yep, just kind of shut off the momentum. All right, this should be a... Oh, wow, no conversion. We've seen Burritos drop that same exact conversion 2 or 3 times already. Oh, this is a big combo going for unclashable. I mean, he could just let him clash. Look at this meter lead by Atrocitus.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, stood up into it. That was the biggest change. 4-2-2-3, no longer jailed into the vomit. Oh, and that could be a huge combo. That could have been the kill, but a nice roll out by Fierce. And now it's down to about the last 20% life for both of these players. No meter for Burritos to convert. And Atrocitus is out. One more opening for either player could do it. This could be it. Back 3 into back 3, and that's going to be it. Fierce moving on to the...
That's true. He actually traveled a lot at the end of MKX. He was at quite a few events. I did get a chance to see him at Combo Breaker as well, but I haven't really seen him too much since.
Yeah, he's been he's been working the hometown hero circuit. So here he is now trying to make it pay off. And I mean, looking at this game, it certainly is. Now all he needs to do is just win this single set, and he will be moving on to Las Vegas. But of course, Fierce, you know, he's automatically going for the Atrocitus pick. He's not even trying Harley. He's like, you know what, this is working out for me all day. He made it all the way back here, all the way back to Grand Finals, and he's gonna stick with his new guns, as it appears. But unfortunately, guns are not as strong as eye lasers.
Yeah, we'll have to see exactly what BasedFierce's response will be. Dexstar is out. Again, we see that dash punch working so well for Superman players in this matchup, specifically for that shield.
Just jumping so... Oh, wow, it actually punished.
I can feel your fury.
Bad idea to tick me off.
Blood NATO, of course, one of the moves in the game with the absolute most recovery. Even on block, it's minus 40. Minus 40 is, I think, the most minus thing in the entire game. So, I mean, at least as far as like a single move on block. So, of course, with punishing it, not too hard.
Oh, where are you going?
Apparently,
Where you're looking for?
There were a few where it doesn't before. I was gonna say Pound Town, I thought better of it. And,
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't.
I mean, yeah. Good thing I never.
I mean, you said it anyway,
Yeah.
so it's almost like I negated it. But like, speaking of Pound Town, Fierce is stuck in the corner right now against Superman. Finally getting a down 2 conversion off the trade. Is Fierce trying to get the hell out of there? He doesn't like that down.
No, nobody really does. But of course, in the other end of things, he's got to deal with
The sheriff of that town.
Whoa, no, not even the sheriff. I was gonna say, I was gonna talk about the eye lasers. The opposite of Pound Town. That's where.
Please,
I
please
actually,
don't
I have
move
nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I've given up. But one way or another, what I'm trying to say is that you don't want to be inside against Superman, nor do you want to be absolutely full screen as Atrocitus. You really got to find that sweet spot. And most of the time, that's going to be right outside of 4-2-3 range, just because he's a character that has the range on his normals to be able to kind of just... that's the only spot he truly wins, I think. But of course, Tweedy, as such a good Superman player, is not going to make it easy to get into the spacing that you need. Superman, one of the most mobile characters in the entire game, can really control where he ends up.
Okay, and Tweedy's just done a really good job of avoiding everything out of BasedFierce. I mean, hasn't really gotten hit by too many blood puddles. He's been like right there using push block. Wow. Oh man, 177 damage per projectile in trade.
More than enough, and wow, Meteor back 3 just raw punishing. I'm sure that was an accident, but could have been punished more. Ooh, and getting rid of the... Wow, we have so many times now, we've seen Tweety dash punch against that shield, and it has worked so many times. You're going to root for them, because that's the one who you've been playing against, that's the one who you lost against, and you want to say, look, they're the best, we're the best, we've got our regional pride. And so, you know, all of these players, even the ones that are eliminated so far, they might be rooting for Tweety. You know, Tweety's going to be representing Atlanta.
It's true. And that's the thing, like, I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, if someone came to the Los Angeles region, qualified, and wasn't from, like, you know, our region, that would go to our weeklies, like, let's say Tweety came to our things, I'd be like, well, screw that guy, he's not even from our region, but he's our representative, you know what I'm saying? It's tough. That
Could very well happen. Well, I mean, obviously, all of the people in the Los Angeles region, which we will see later, are, they're close, but 3 are from out of state, so we'll see how
that's what I'm saying, and that's why it would be tough to root for someone that's not from, you know, our region or our state.
Understandable. All right, and Fierce with the Harley Quinn pick looking very, very good. Now that is, of course, the biggest difficulty in having multiple characters is there's so many times where you end up feeling like you chose the wrong character, and then you really get confused, and you need to have the confidence to be able to switch back and forth. Oh, wow, this damage should be enough to kill.
Oh, man. 490.
Nothing more than a nuisance.
Superman damage is Superman damage.
Oh, what?
Ha! Bet you sonic boom when you fart.
You asked for it.
Wait, what?
I bet you saw
No,
it.
I know, but then he said you asked for it.
So did he, wait, did he just do it?
I don't know.
We have had some pretty awful interactions.
Some really interesting ones.
Yeah.
Give up or get hurt.
I miss out on all the fun.
That one was solid.
Wish I had a spray bottle.
Atrocitus is definitely a giant cat. We know.
You mean Darkseid?
Or sorry, yeah. Both. No. Atrocitus is actually sort of cat-like. All right, so this is getting close. And again, match point for Tweety. Ooh, but good zoning by Fierce, and so Tweety, you know, he's like, yeah, I'm not even going to try it. Fierce is good at zoning. He's respecting that, and so he's going to try to get it himself.
Every time I see one of those block things, I want to cry. Or one of those block lasers.
Oh, the straight lasers do so much damage. Oh, Fierce goes in. He was doing well in the zoning match, but now Tweety's got the advantage.
Oh, no, nothing
laser,
left to give.
One more could do it. Oh, nice down 2.
Oh, and that is it! Tweety! Switching regions will be your Atlantean finalist